After fires and vandalism, a calmer scene in the nation's capital. The Defense Department drafted contingency plans for deploying active duty military troops if needed, but that would be extremely rare for our nation. The Pentagon chief addressed that issue today. White House correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
Tracy, here at the White House, President Trump tweeted in all caps, law and order. And the press secretary this afternoon made it clear what the First Amendment does not allow.
More protests in the nation's capital, but an improvement from earlier chaotic scenes. Today, the White House press secretary briefed reporters.
The First Amendment does not give anyone the right to riot. The First Amendment does not give anyone the right to loot. The First Amendment doesn't give anyone the right to burn down buildings.
National Guard troops and federal law enforcement officers called in to quell the storm. This morning, easy to spot all over town. But as for using active duty forces for law enforcement in the U.S.,
I do not support invoking the Insurrection Act.
Defense Secretary Mark Esper says, no way, not now.
The option to use active duty forces in a law enforcement role should only be used as a matter of last resort and only in the most urgent and dire of situations. We are not in one of those situations now.
Meanwhile, more reaction from the president's recent visit to St. John's Church near the White House, burned in the riots. President Trump faced criticism for his walk to the church, but Johnny Moore says it was not a photo op. The religious freedom advocate says he was standing for the protection of the right of peaceful protest, standing against the violent anarchists who are dishonoring and exploiting the memory of George Floyd.
The politicization of that by people of faith is very unfortunate.
And just yesterday, counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway, weighed in.
I think it's very unfortunate that people of faith would call into question what is in anyone's heart, including the president's.
And as for the ever-lurking coronavirus,
I do worry. I worry terribly about the peaceful protests. I see some wearing masks. I see some others not wearing masks.
Separately tonight, the Republican National Convention was supposed to be held in North Carolina later this summer in August. Looks like that's not going to happen. President Trump is looking for a new venue. He wanted the place packed and people not wearing the masks, but he's not getting those guarantees. Tracy?
White House correspondent Owen Jensen reporting for us tonight. Thanks so much, Owen.